Hello and welcome to this Trades and Tutorials video. This is Jeff Fish, president of MarketGauge.com. And in this video, I've got a really interesting pattern that you can see that I've marked here with these horizontal lines. And you can see that the horizontal lines seem to have a pretty substantial impact on which way the market's going to go. So before I get into this pattern, let me just make sure that if you're just finding us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. If you have not already found us or this video on our site, you can find it at marketgauge.com/tutorials. You'll find a lot of other videos there as well. Also, we put out a lot of great information on Twitter, so please follow us at MarketGauge and at MarketMinute. And finally, if you're seeing this on Facebook, please like us. Finally, make sure that you change your settings to HD, and this video will be a lot clearer. All right, so what are these horizontal lines? Well, first of all, this chart is a monthly chart of the SPYs. And these line breaks are not the beginning of the year. In fact, these line breaks happen in July. So July has a lot of unique characteristics about it, and creates a number of different trading patterns, which I will cover in the upcoming videos. But for right now, I just want to show you how powerful the range of July can be. And in order to do that, I'm going to go back to 2000. I just thought that would be far enough to go back. And also, I would say not necessarily coincidentally, the high of July in 2000 pretty much lines up with the high of the year, and also the high of the huge 99-2000 or the 90s bull market. What do I mean by that? When you broke down below the low of July, that was it for that bull market. July often works that way. So think of it this way. The first half of the year is over. The second half of the year is beginning. Which way is the second half of the year going to go? What is the second half of the year going to do? Well, let July tell you. Break out below the low of July, and it can mean a big downdraft. You break out above the high of July, it can mean a big updraft, or you can get stuck in the range. So let's just take a look at the markets in that context. In 2002, July actually defined the low of the year. It was later tested a couple months later, but had already been defined earlier in the year by July. In 2003, after a little bit of consolidation, breaks out and a nice run into the end of the year. In 2004, July again kind of puts in the mid-year low here. The breakout towards the end of the year is the one to follow. In 2005, all right, kind of defines again the low around the middle of the year, held it, and then end of the year rally once you break out of it into the new year of 2006. In 2006, a consolidation, an inside month, if you know the inside day pattern. And once you break out of that July high, nice big rally in 2006. So as you can see, July can be a pretty pivotal month. If we move on to 2007, I'll give us, maybe I can get everything from 2007. Yeah, just about. So from 2007, once again, you can see that the high, the high of that bull market was basically set in July. Now, not to the tick, but for all intents and purposes, if you were paying attention to that July high, you would have been on guard. The 2008, when we broke the July low, it was lights out. In 2009, as the market was turning around, again, July broke out above that, and nice rally into the end of the year and beyond. After a sell-off in the second quarter of 2010, July stabilizes, and then once the market heads higher, and after the July stabilization, it's a nice run. The opposite is true in 2011, where it had been kind of going sideways for a while. Once we broke the July low, there's a big flush. Then in 2012, a really tight consolidating July. Not much of an action when you immediately break out of it, but once you broke above it, you never got below it. 2013, we're in the midst of a big rally. July provides a little bit of a rest, but then once you break out of it, up, up and away again. Now, one thing you don't really see here is July setting what would be the high for that year for the next couple months. And when you break that July low, you had a pretty significant flush here, but it did come right back. And then as for 2015, we should all remember 2015, which had that flash crash. Here, again, doesn't look so bad on a monthly chart, but if you had been focused on that July low, once you broke that July low, you knew you were in trouble, and there's the flash crash. Now, there's a lot more to it than what I've just described here, but the point is, we're getting to the end of the first half of the year. We're going into July. Too many traders just think, oh, it's the summer. It doesn't matter. There are huge opportunities in the summer. Knowing how to play with July is just one of them. So keep your eyes on these videos, and I'll be covering more about July in the upcoming videos. Hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next video.